Mods. We love them, and they are a great way at expanding games people already like in the first place. Portal is no exception to modding, with mods like Portal Reloaded and Portal Stories Mail being directly on the Steam store, ready to be played by nerds like us. If you somehow got offended by that joke, just be happy you're not a Dota player. They're the nerdiest of nerds, with zero experience in bed. Relatable though, I still love you guys. But for today's video, we will talk about Portal Revolution. The video of me talking about Entropy 02 did well for my standards, so why not make a series about talking about source mods? I know, not a very clever video idea, but I'll be honest, most of the people on this platform, including me, are talentless bitches, so why not? Besides, I guarantee the next video after my next video will be a scrumptious banger. So sit back, relax, take your ADHD medication, and let's talk about Portal Revolution. Okay, how does this game change and add on to the Portal gameplay loop? What does it change? Is it still the same game we know, or is it in an identity crisis like a person who transitions from one gender but then switches back to the other not too long later? Well, let's dive into that. First off, I like to mention something different about this mod than other mods. That, of course, that it runs on a new source engine branch known as Strata. This version of the engine is built off of CSGO's version of the source engine. Although, side note, rest in peace CSGO and Source 1. It died because Valve was too lazy to pick up CSGO's reboot card. But either way, Strata Source is pretty cool. Compared with CSGO's version of Source, there are new features like PBR shaders, increased entity limits, and DX11 support. Random techie side note here, DX11 support being in this branch would make this, along with the Titanfall games and Apex Legends, the only Source games to support DirectX 11. Until Respawn removes the DX11 from Apex Legends, but regardless, new graphical improvements made since the Portal 2 engine branch makes Aperture Science look the best it ever has, especially in the lighting department. I'm a sucker for great lighting. There have been times in my life where I stare away at big open spaces for a few seconds because I like how the sun casts shadows on things. Yeah, I know, make fun of me. But overall, I really like the new version of the Source engine they made here. Graphics are cool and all, but what's the gameplay? Well, for starters, there's a few new mechanics used in the test chambers. There's a new cube that redirects lasers. No, not that one. This one. Certain test chambers give you the ability to turn the power on and off, which is a cool way to change how you interact with the puzzles in this game. A new type of gel is added. I mean, I guess this is just water, but it removes gel from objects and surfaces in test chambers, which is pretty cool. And they even reintroduced the pneumatic diversity vents, or however you say that, which were not in test chambers in Portal 2. But now they are, and let me tell you, these things suck hard like that vacuum cleaner you like talking to. But hey, that's okay. I know you're schizophrenic. Or autistic, and that's okay. Although, if you're schizophrenic, I guess you have something in common with Doug Ratman, but regardless, these gameplay additions are small but impactful. There is more though. A lot of this game takes place in an environment like Portal 2's first hour gameplay. That being the overrun, overgrown Aperture Science facility that has very colorful environments. Of course, it's not like that everywhere. We still get the more dark and, dare I say, gritty colored areas that are pretty much more like 1970s parts of Aperture in Portal 2. But this still feels very unique compared to what Valve made in Portal 2. This game just looks beautiful. I'm sorry if I'm going to glaze Strata Source again, but my god, this version of Source is awesome. I would love for it to become public. Look at this footage from very early on in the game. The lighting and shadows with Strata Source here adds to the immersion of this mod. And in my opinion, that's really great for a single-player story game. Basically, what I'm saying is the Virgin Portal 2 engine branch versus the Chad Strata Source engine branch. What else should I talk about that isn't the story yet? Come on, this video cannot be 10 minutes long. Did you know that there's a different version of the portal gun in this mod that shoots red portals? Yeah, I'm not sure if this was intended, but this could be a callback to Portal 1's development where the orange portal was going to be a red one. Pretty neato. And I prefer the red personally over the orange one because it's darker, and I like darker colors. Oh, this mod has a different version of the hammer editor. From what I've heard about reading 8 minutes of internet forums like Moist Critical does for his videos, this is basically just an in-between of normal hammer and the obviously superior Hammer++, which this basically makes this version of Hammer, Hammer++, but the doctor shook his hand a little too much while snipping the tip. The kill bearers from Portal Still Alive are present, which is neat. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to talk about in this section. So fine, we'll move on to the story. It's good, but it's like raw dogging Latina and the Rags. You're always craving for more once you're finished. Cue the spoiler warning on screen, and let's transition to the next segment of the video. Okay, who is our main character? Well, that's boring. In fact, she's so boring that she is unnamed. Like, I'm sorry, but you gotta be very unlucky to not have a name. It's like the inverse of being a man in a first world country. Like, goddamn, you're unlucky. But anyway, we are awakened from stasis. The game's story takes place in between Portal 1 and 2, which makes it a prequel to Portal 2. Honestly, this mod should have been called Portal Alex, but that's besides the point. We meet with Sterling, an Aperture Science core whose goal is to restore Aperture Science by cleaning it up, but of course he cannot do that just alone. He needs a little sauce to put in the extra work, and he mentions an all-powerful device that would help him do that. Of course, we do not know what this all-powerful device is yet, but all we know is that we're supposed to restore in full operation to Aperture Science. Which, let's be real, that's fucking pointless. I mean, on the surface, the alternate reality of the Nazis winning World War II is basically accurate and isn't too far off the actual description of how the world works at the time of its plot. You got oppression, you got harassment, and you got especially gaslighting.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to join civil protection just to get a decent meal.
It's like being a race that isn't white. You're going to face an unnecessary amount of discrimination. But okay, oversized Metal Watch, I'll play along. Of course, it takes us a while to get to our destination. In fact, the first half of the game is this building a relationship with our friendly personality core, Sterling. Which he isn't going to betray us. Right? I mean, Wheatley only betrayed us because either he had a big ego, or the machine that GLaDOS is usually in is probably corrupted and evil. I'm guessing the latter though, because Wheatley's too dumb to know what the word ego means. But over time though, Sterling starts showing his true colors, and though eventually he tells us his true plans.
Oh, right. You probably know her as GLaDOS. It's about time we bring her back, don't you think? That monster spread her parts all over the facility, even the parking lot. No way in hell I could get her back together without this machine.
So, of course we get betrayed. He demotes us from the wonderful role known as janitor, and we get sent all the way down to the late 1980s setting of Aperture Science. I know, that sounds very scary, but you know what else is even scarier? This personality core we meet.
We done?
Oh, hey, what's happening here? Where am I?
Yup, that's right. We are meeting a personality core called Emma Conley. I think that's how you say her name. But anyway, if you're a germaphobe like me, her British accent will scare you. One all-teeth exposed smile and you get flashbanged with 2 rows of yellow peeps. But regardless, unlike Sterling, she is really confused and seemingly isn't hiding secrets from us. Anyway, we work through the test chambers. The climb out of here is rough, but there is a light at the end of the journey. Also, she does lore dump about herself in the events of the first Portal game. Either way, during her constant lore dumps, she mentions something called the Spire. This device was apparently an old teleportation device Aperture Science used in their working effort to beat Black Mesa in the race for portal technology. Sterling thinks that it can bring back GLaDOS. I don't see how, but I don't want to ask questions. His body alone could probably kill me if it was flinged at me at a fast rate. So it's 100% better to not worry about his reasoning and worry about the situation at hand. Because to me, all these personality cores are stupid. I mean, how can we beat Wheatley? Oh yeah, did I spoil the end of this that we beat him? Oh yeah, we do beat him, but back to the actual story. He does try to kill us, but Emily saves us, and we get the funniest lore drop in the universe.
Wait, did he say his name was Sterling?
Hey, come back! I can't see you!
I built a vacuum cleaner once. Called the little guy Sterling. Huh.
Oh, don't worry, it gets even funnier within the next 10 minutes of gameplay.
Any last words?
Yeah, I have some. Is it possible that you were once a vacuum cleaner?
How do you know that?
I can't believe it. Oh, they grow up so fast. It's not polite to murder your mother.
You're my... But how's that possible? I was created by a human.
I can't believe my Roomba is trying to kill us.
Yes, about that.
Either way, the final boss is pretty cool. You basically solve small puzzles while trying to disable the Spire. It's a creative boss fight. It might even be top 10 favorite boss I've ever fought in a video game. That's how much I loved this boss fight when first playing it. But either way, we break the Spire and the ending credits roll, but apparently you're in space now, and that's it. Seriously, that is it. This ending is pretty underwhelming. Zero context was given for this ending. Sure, it does set up a sequel, but man, that ending was more random and confusing than Call of Duty Zombies lore. Literally nothing in this game indicated that this would happen once the Spire got destroyed. But either way, the game ends and the credits roll. Overall, this mod is great. It won't get your 80-year-old priest at the Catholic Church to stop eyeballing you, but it's a distraction from thinking about it at least. The mod has so much care and passion put into it, and with how the ending ends, I think a sequel is bound to happen one day. Whether or not there will be a sequel in that case is a different story, but I'm optimistic that it will happen. Overall, I rate this mod 8 Rubik's Cubes out of 10. Either way, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video and like videos about games that run the Source engine, be a homie and share this with some friends, because the YouTube algorithm is surely going to disregard me. Anyway, I will see you later, Internet Dweller.
Bye-bye! Throwing flashbang!